Hi Year 10. So we've finished the last unit and done the assessment. So this week you are going to prepare you for your assessment next week. I'm going to do a little bit of congruency to start with at the beginning of the week, and then we'll look at similarity the week after your assessment week. Okay, with regard to your assessment, I've attached lots of the topics for you to have a look at, so you can use the textbook to remind yourself about how to do some of the things. And I would also refer back to your key marking tasks. Okay, right, what we're going to look at today is congruency. Now, congruency is to do with shapes, and there are tests for congruency which are to do with triangles. Okay, now triangles that are congruent have the same angles, okay, and they have the same sides. Now, an easy way of testing for congruency is if they look identical the same. So this angle will be the same, sorry, this side would be the same as this side, this one here and this one here, and all the angles would be the same. But actually a shape can be congruent as well if they are still in the same proportion. Here they cannot fit on top of each other, okay, but the sides are the same and the angles are the same, so we say that they're congruent. Okay, if the angles are the same but they're different sizes, we say that they're similar, which is what we're going to look after congruency. But today and next lesson we're going to be looking at congruency. Okay, now there are some tests for congruency. Okay, now I've made this sheet available for you so you can print it off and pop it in your books, save having to draw them all out. Now this is fairly straightforward. So we've got you have to always prove, and you'll see this when you have a go at the exam questions, particularly next lesson, about this proof. So the first one is SSS. So if, and obviously going back to year 7 when you used to make those triangles, okay, SSS means side, side, side. So if the three sides of the triangle are the same, so for example one's 3, 5, 7, the other one's 3, 5, 7, then they are congruent. So if you've got SSS, it's congruent. Again, with side, angle, side. Now the angle, we always say there that the angle is in between the two sides. The word that we use there is included. Okay, so the angle is included between the two sides. Okay, so SAS, so side, angle, side. So again, if you can see that, then they are congruent. Okay, the next one is ASA. So we have an angle, a side and an angle. Again, this time the side is included, it is in between the two angles. So if we've got that and we can satisfy that condition, we can say that they're congruent. One that you tend not to see often is AAS. That's because if you know two angles, you know the third angle, so therefore you would have angle, side, angle. And so generally we use these four. I think you'll find in my notes at the top of your lesson plan there that you had that one. The next one is RHS. So that means right angle. Okay, the H means hypotenuse. And obviously the S is side. So there, as long as you've got a right angle triangle, you've got a hypotenuse and you've got one of the sides, therefore that would be congruent as well. Obviously Pythagoras would prove that correct, because that side there would also be the same as that one. So we use this one, this one, this one and this one to prove congruency. You can see here that SSA is not sufficient enough to prove congruency. So here, if you had a side, then an angle, see the angle is not included, then you could have had two possibilities. Okay, you could have had here and here, which would mean it was a different triangle. Right, so we'll just have a look at a few of these. All you have to be able to do in this lesson is just find which of those four satisfies the rule. So here I can see question A, I've got the side, 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 side. So I would simply say that's because it's side, side, side. Here, can you see that the angle is included between the 7 and 6? And again here, they don't look the same, but they could be flipped on top of each other. So we call that one the SAS. Here, angle, side, angle, yep. And the same, the side is included between the two angles. So that's an ASA. Okay, now this one here, so I've got a right angle, I've got a side and a hypotenuse, yeah, so RHS. And again, in the exam you are allowed to use these abbreviations, they are recognised. Okay, so here I've got an angle, and the the sides not included. But actually, if I know two angles of a triangle, I know the third. So I know that therefore that would have to be 21 degrees. And I know that this one here would have to be 140. Can you see I've got now angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, and the side is included, so ASA. The next one here, side, angle, side, side, angle, side. What's different? Well, they've just used different units, so they're just trying to trick you up. Yep. So SAS. The next one, side, 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 that's fairly straightforward. Here, so I've got two sides, I've got a right angle, but obviously knowing that using your, well, there's a few ways that you can do this one. Obviously we've got a right angle triangle there, so we know that that would be the same as that one. So a few possibilities here. So we could say this one would be SSS, okay, or we could say, well, we know that this one, we could also have RHS, okay, because obviously if we know two sides, we can work out the third side with a right angle triangle. The last one, so I can't have that because it's not included, so but I do know that that must be 48 degrees, and I know that that one must be 43 degrees, and I've got 89 and 48, 89 and 48 with 5 included, so that would be ASA. Okay, right, question 2, you have to find which two are, or sorry, not which two, which triangles are congruent. So you're looking for ones that you can see satisfy the rules. So I can see here that A and F, because 73, 45, so that will be 62. Okay, and that will be 73. Can you see here that therefore I'm going to have angle, side, angle. So I've got A and F. Okay, and if we look at others, we've got C, D and E. Okay, so you've got some questions on congruency to have a go at, so you need to print off the worksheet there in class materials. If you can just quickly submit them onto assignments and I can have a look at those and send them back to you. They're fairly straightforward, and then have a go at the ones on proof. You may be able to start at this lesson if you get through this one quite quickly. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.